So what is controlling your life? And is it bringing you to life? Is it making you a more loving, forgiving, truthful person? Or is it ruining your life? Is it honoring God or is it dishonoring God? Let's go to Ephesians 5. And we're going to be here at verse 17. Ephesians 5:17. This is what it says. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do, which is obviously really easy. And he says here, don't be drunk with wine, because that will ruin your life. Instead, be filled with the Holy Spirit. So verse 17, don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. And we go, okay, yeah, real easy. So explain it. Give me the points, give me the steps that I'm supposed to take to get there. And the next thing he says is don't get drunk with wine. Because it will what? A woman? Or you cats? What will it do? It will ruin your life. See, what he's saying here is that alcohol has such a power that when you drink it in such a way that it starts taking control of your body by giving you a buzz and then making you drunk, you have no abilities on your own to control what you do with your life. So instead, be filled with the Holy Spirit. And then he goes to list these things that it's going to do as a result. So here's the thing. A life controlled by alcohol is going to ruin how you live. It may look good presently, but on into the future, it's going to mess things up big time. If you want to get even bigger, a life controlled by anything other than Jesus is going to ruin your life. Controlled by anything other than Jesus is going to ruin your life. In Ephesians 4, it says, don't give the devil a foothold. Now, last week we talked about how the devil is no friend of ours, and he's not out to have a good time. He's actually alive to destroy, kill, and ruin our lives. And it says in Ephesians 4, don't give the devil a foothold. Now, a foothold is like a grasp here, like when you're running up the stairs at school and someone just snatches your foot, and so now you're tripping up the stairs. Or you get one of those flat feet when you kick someone in the back or step on their flip-flop, and they end up doing one of these runs, and they're like, it's a good workout. Don't need to go to the gym this week. Anything like that. But a foothold messes your step up. It messes you up from where you're going. So here's the thing. Drugs and alcohol are just a tool of Satan to control your life. And here for the resistance this week, we're talking about how the things that control your life other than Jesus ruin them. And drugs and alcohol are just a tool that Satan's going to use to go, you don't need to trust Jesus through your life. You actually need to take control of it yourself. So that's the temptation. Hey, control your life. You can control it. Or will you let Jesus control your life? Now there's these things that high schoolers deal with on a regular basis. And you're going to either listen to one voice or another. But the decisions you make today are going to affect who you are in the future. So the decisions you make as a 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader are going to influence who you are in college, the job you pick, the person you marry, how you raise your kids, on into the future. So what decisions are you making now? Here's the thing. When it comes to marijuana, which is probably one of the most popular drugs of choice when it comes to high school students, when the pressure comes, someone just, hey man, you want to mellow out for a little bit? Here's marijuana. Here's a joint. Let's hit it real quick. Let's mellow out. And then let's get back to life. But here's the thing. If marijuana becomes how you mellow out, it will be how you mellow out every time. And so what controls what, or who controls who? In an attempt to control how you'll mellow out, now marijuana controls how you mellow out, and it's the only way you will. When it comes to alcohol, a lot of people drink alcohol to escape their insecurities and go, I feel bad about myself, it's not as attractive or popular, so I'll go to this party, I'll drink, I'll get drunk, and I'll escape all that. But here's the thing. Anytime you want to escape from stress or anxiety, and you use alcohol, so I'm going to control my stress and anxiety with alcohol. What will end up happening is you will always be controlled by alcohol to escape stress and anxiety. Alcohol will control you. Now, for those who don't deal with drugs and alcohol, marijuana, whatever, it's still this issue that Satan wants to control your life. And if drugs and alcohol aren't working for him, he's going to use school. So has school become your drug? That you go, I'm going to achieve these grades, and it's going to define who I am. But what has happened is now school controls you. And you've got to be the best in the class. You've got to be the top. And now it drives how you think, what you do, how you act, your time with your family, your time with friends, and it affects your faith. So in an attempt to control school, it now controls you. Or you want to talk about sports. In an attempt to become successful, you'll train, you'll work hard, you'll prepare, but now success controls you. In an attempt to control your success, success now controls you. And then the ultimate one is pride. Pride is this thought that I can do life on my own. I can define who I am, what I do, the decisions I make, and basically it says, I don't need help from anybody, from friends, from my life group, and from God. Pride is the ultimate drug. So you may not be taking drugs, you may not be drinking alcohol, beer, wine, coolers, whatever. But you got this thought that I can do it on my own. And when it comes to this series, The Resistance, you go, I don't need any help with temptation. I can resist the devil by myself. So, thanks but no thanks, I'm in control. Well, what ends up happening is you become controlled by pride. So you go, I don't need any help. So if you are addicted to drugs, or you are mellowing out with marijuana every single time, and now you look back and go, how did I get here? It's the only thing I'm doing. It starts with pride. Because it goes, I can control my life, instead of letting Jesus control my life. As you know, we're about to break into life groups to break this stuff down. Because I truly believe we can't fight temptation by ourselves. We can't. We will lose every single time we try to do so. But when we do it in groups, then there's support, prayer, encouragement, confrontation at times, and we become stronger. So for this month, for this series, we're doing life groups in program. But here's the thing. Some of you are going to go into life groups and you're going to talk this out, but you're never going to make a decision. But some of you need to go, I'm being controlled by everything else other than Jesus. And today's the day you need to go, all right, Jesus, have control of my life. School, pornography, success, popularity, alcohol controls me. And Jesus, I want you to. Some of y'all just need to pray the prayer, Jesus, make me humble, because I think I can do it on my own. And then the life groups today, some of y'all, you may be intimidated in groups, you may be afraid to admit something, but this is where you need to go, hey, something does have control over me. I am addicted in this way, and I need help. And that's what life groups are for. They're an expression of Jesus' rescue to us. So let's take a minute just in silence. And what decision do you need to make? Do you need to say that prayer? Jesus, my life is yours. I'm being controlled by everything else but you. My life is being ruined. Or is it a prayer for humility? Is it a prayer for boldness to admit something else is controlling you? So go ahead and take a minute to pray or get right with God, whatever it is.